So I use a combination of AI tools to go from fuzzy thoughts to a complete podcast episode, but not just a podcast episode, blog postings, my newsletter for LinkedIn, and my social media post. So in this video, I will walk you through my workflow for creating a podcast using AI. The first tool that we're looking at here is audiopen. And audiopen is a mobile app as well as a browser-based app where you are able to just click the record button and speak your thoughts. So you know how you have those thoughts in the middle of the night or early in the morning or midday while you're traveling? Turn on audiopen by just clicking the record button and just speak what you are thinking. Don't worry about the ums, the ahs, or the uncomfortable pauses, because audiopen and the magic of AI is going to turn that into an actual podcast or a piece of text, flowing text that makes sense. So I'm going to speed this up so that you can see. I'm just going to go through and record, and then I will come back as soon as this is done and talk about the remainder of the process. But this is audiopen. So we've finished a recording, and now we have to choose the writing style for how audiopen should change this over. So I think I just chose casual there, and what it does is it transcribes the audio, but then it will also rewrite it in the format or the style that we selected earlier. So it does take a while depending on how long your piece of content is, but let's see. So now what we have is a complete article, or a starting point, I should say. And it's taken what we have spoken and put it into language that's really, really easy to repurpose and reuse. I typically use this as a starting point for my articles or my blogs, or even a course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down because I do need to download this audio so that we're prepared to go into the next tool, which is treble.fm. So I'm going to download this audio and then I'll see it in one moment. And once I'm in Treble, I will click on the plus sign here to create a shortcast. I'll then click on import mode because I don't record in here, but you can. It does have the record feature. So I'll click on browse. I'll grab that recording and then I'll click on next. And from here you have the option to transcribe and edit, and we do want to do that just in case there's any issues, and make sure our language is selected. There's a ton of languages, but I speak English. And we'll go ahead and click on transcribe. Depending on how long the file is, it may take a minute or so in order to get that transcribed and ready for editing. What I really like about Treble is the ability to kind of use it like a word processor to edit audio, which is extremely valuable if you're not like a mix master, producer, audio engineer. Having tools to improve the sound of the audio, get rid of extra ums and ahs, things like that, is really, really helpful. So as you can see in about a minute, this is ready to go. So I can just click on the play sign here. Welcome to another episode of Business Tech Unraveled, the podcast that empowers small business owners to navigate the ever-evolving world of technology to grow your business online. Okay, so I'm just going to pause that, and you can see we have a little bit of extra silence here. I'm okay with that. And what I like to normally do is add some background music up until I start saying my name, right? So what I'll do is I'll highlight that right to about there. And then there's an option to add background audio. So I'll click there. And I like the cheerful one, or maybe curious. Hey, I've never done curious. What's in curious? I think I have used burrow. So I'm going to go with that one. And what that does is it adds the sound. So let's go ahead and play it from here. Welcome to another episode of Business Tech Unraveled, the podcast that empowers small business owners to navigate the ever evolving world of technology to grow your business online. I'm Zakia Ringgold, your guide on this journey of digital. So, what we want to do now is you see how it was like that abrupt ending? So, what we can do is click on the first one, and there's an option to set what the sound is. I typically will bring this down to about 15% so that my voice isn't completely taken out of it. We'll have a fade in of about 2 seconds and a fade out. We don't need, I think so. Wait, let me check. If I click here, yes, that's the same one. The fade out, I'm going to have for about 3 seconds. Now, I don't need any padding on the outro because it's going right into what it is that I'm saying. But I do want some padding on that intro so we have a little bit more at the beginning. So let's hear how that sounds now. Welcome to another episode of Business Tech Unraveled, the podcast that empowers small. Now, did you hear that? There was like a bit of a mouse clicking. So I'm going to get rid of this silence. So if there's anywhere that you want to delete, you can just highlight it and press the delete button on your key or on your keyboard, or you can click the strike through, which will delete it from the podcast. You can always undo by clicking the undo buttons up here, but now let's go ahead and see if we got rid of that mouse clicking sound. Welcome to another episode of Business Tech Unraveled. So I'm going to listen through to this and you all can see how I go about editing if anything needs to be edited. I'm not worried about any misspellings in here because I don't use this transcription. We'll use that in the very next tool. So let's go ahead and keep playing this. The podcast that empowers small business owners to navigate the ever-evolving world of technology to grow your business online. I'm Zakia Ringgold, your guide on this journey of digital mastery. Today, we're digging into a crucial aspect of business growth, the power of email for small business owners. So, in the age of social media, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of just those 2 extra pieces of silence just to make it a little more crisp. TikTok this, Instagram that. It's really essential for small business owners to build a direct line of communication with their clients and their potential customers. In a world where social media grabs the spotlight, let's talk about why having an email management system is like having your own VIP lounge in the digital universe. So you want to think of it as your personal bridge to creating real connections beyond the realms of social media likes, shares, and follows. So first, let's look at the foundation of email. Picture this. You're sending an email to your subscribers just like you chat with a friend over coffee or lunch. It's a direct line to their inbox where you get to share valuable content, promotions, and insider insights. It's like sending a personalized invitation to your inner circle. Much like cultivating relationships in person, email marketing allows you to have a direct, personalized conversation without the interruption of the algorithms, the ads, and all the distractions that come along with social media. It's really a channel that enables you to share valuable content and insights while nurturing trust and loyalty with those who are receiving your emails. But how do you actually build that list of email subscribers? Your existing clients, of course, you have to get their permission. All right, so did you see that that was playing there? There is an option here for automated actions, and you can delete filler words. So it'll go through and find any of your ums and ahs. Okay, so that's a really nice feature. So you can either do them individually or have this to get rid of it for you. And for the magic of TV, I'm just going to go ahead and speed up. What I do is I listen to the entire episode and then I go through and I get rid of any unnecessary silences, get rid of extra words that maybe I've repeated myself or anything like that. And we will move on in just a second to go over the outro. I'm just going to add that outro music one more time. So let's go ahead and I actually did a really good take. There wasn't a lot of editing. Normally I have a lot more editing where I repeat myself, but I was really poignant. Oh, see, I accidentally strike that through. So I don't have to fear. I can just click this undo button. And instead of the strike through, what we want is to highlight this. But let me just show you one thing. If I wanted to move this content, like maybe I wanted that to be the end sentence, I can just do a cut, similar, Command X, and then I can paste it here and watch, like so. See you all soon. Watch, it'll play at the end as if that's where I recorded. So be sure to stay connected, keep thriving. It's not what we want. So it's back where it needs to be. I'm going to highlight everything so we can add our background music. And it does come with this library here. And I think we used Burrow. Yes. So I'm going to grab Burrow. And then we want to add a little bit of fade in. We don't need any. I'm going to fade it in for about 5 seconds. That's a pretty long. And then the fade out, we want that to be 3 seconds. So let's play that. So be sure to stay connected, keep thriving, and remember, in the world of small business, email isn't just a message, it's your avenue to lasting success. And if you want to see an example of one of the lead magnets I've created, I've included that in the show notes as well. I'll see you all soon. Now, that's done. It's going to fade out. And so now I'll just say next. Title is Primer for Email. Now, there are some additional features in here, but I'm not going to fill it. But you can have a link in here because not only are you creating the shortcast, you get a page that lists all of your programs. I'm not going to fill this in yet because I'm going to use another tool, leveraging AI, to grab a better title and a better description for this. So it looks like our shortcast has been created, so let's keep going. And now what I want to do is I want to download this audio file. And when I download the audio file, what I then want to do is come into my next tool, which is Cast Magic. And so this is going into our Business Tech Lab folder. And I can upload files. I can browse. And it was the primer for email. It does download in a WAV format. So now this is going to download and import into Cast Magic. And the speakers expected are 1. One thing I try to do with any AI tool, and this one asks for magic words, things that are difficult to spell, like my name, I always put that in there and then say save recording. So it goes through a bit of processing, and we're going to let that finish because what we want to happen is it's done already. And then what we do is we identify who the speaker is, and I know it's me. And once we've identified the speaker, there is this tool called AI Content. It's going to generate titles, keywords, intros, timestamps. It's still doing it. Key topics and bullets. So let's see. Unraveling the power of email, the VIP lounge, why email management is essential. I like that one. Building lasting connections, lead magnets from referral, leveraging custom note. I think we're going to go with the VIP lounge, why email is essential. So let's grab that one, and I'm going to come back to treble here. And I'm going to edit the details of this and make the title that. And then I need a one-liner. Exploring the power of email for small business growth. Copy that one. And then get rid of the quotes. We can add in our link. Learn more at. Okay. All right, so we have what we want in terms of the audio. Now, just so you can see, with Cast Magic, it gives me titles I can use, keywords to include, an introduction, and we're going to use all of these in our next tool, which I use for distributing the podcast. So here's Business Tech Unraveled, and we want to do a new episode. All right, and the title we gave it was the VIP Lounge. We're going to use that one. This is episode 4. Now let's grab these keywords. I'm going to come right back here. Now, of course, you would review the keywords to make sure they make sense. Nope. I typically can find it in the, not here. Scroll down a little more. Gives me a script. Show notes here. In this episode, see, it still spelled my name wrong. Expose the power of email for small business owner in a world dominated by social media. I'm just going to grab that part for the short summary at the top. Come back here. I'm going to say join us as we delve into the foundation of email. There we go. Let's grab our file. So we've got our keywords, our summary, and now we'll grab the show notes. And for the show notes, I'm going to grab these 5 key lessons. And then I do mention Vena's lead magnet stuff. So I want to make sure that I have a link for that and then an example to a lead magnet. So I'm going to grab this here from the summary. Key takeaways. If I can spell, we're going to make that bold. Okay, and then see an example lead magnet here. So let's come here really quickly. Grab this link. Let's do this one. And then what we can do is schedule it. Instead of right now, we want to schedule the publish date. And we want this to go live on the 29th. We've already scheduled for Monday, and I am publishing once a week. And so there you have it. And then the only thing I need to do is save the episode. So I'm not sure how long that took, but this allows us to quickly grab content and then repurpose it. We can use audiopen in order to record our fuzzy thoughts. This I can actually use as a newsletter because it took my fuzzy thoughts and it made an audio or a text version of those thoughts without the ums and the ahs and all of that. We then imported into Treble. Treble allowed us to go in and make some changes, add some background music, and all of that. Once we did that, we downloaded that audio file and brought it into Cast Magic. Cast Magic gives us a ton of additional content that we can use to repurpose this content. So let me quickly go over them. It gives us titles, you can modify it, keywords, an introduction, time-stamped overview, so you can use those timestamps if you wanted to. So let's see. Valuable resources help. If I copy these, can I use them in Bcast? Let's see. Yeah, I would have to grab it. $309. Let's see, where does this lead us? Let's see. Let's play that. They can be in the form of ebooks, webinars, cheat sheets, or really anything that's a valuable resource that addresses your even better. So let's edit that. Examples of lead magnets. And then what else do we have? 0635. So if I grab 0635, let's copy that. CRM helps you to manage and nurture relationships. Target it. And I'll save that. And let's see how that goes. They can also be referred to as CRM or a simple marketing solution to get started. You want to think of CRM systems as your personal assistant. All right. They are a set of tools or a single tool that enables you to make what we need in terms of recording our fuzzy thoughts, then uploading them as audio so that it can be transcribed and make any edits to it, then downloading that using a tool like Cast Magic to get the content that we need, and then uploading it to a tool like Bcast so it's distributed across all of the podcasting platforms like Apple, Amazon, Google, Soundcast, all of them. So aside from the time-stamped overview, it also gives you key topics and bullets, clip finders. We're not going to go into that today, but what I could do is I could grab this clip and bring it into Content Fries, which will give me an audiogram specifically for that piece of content that I can then use and repurpose on social media. If you're someone that's interested in creating shorts or reels, it gives you a reel script that you can use. And of course, you can copy this content, use it as a starting point, but then you can make edits. I will be using it as a LinkedIn post. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and schedule a newsletter, and then I will use this particular copy to promote that newsletter on LinkedIn and get people to either read the newsletter and or listen to the podcast. And you're saying, well, how are you going to write that newsletter? It gives me the content for the newsletter. How many of you have heard of Threads? Threads are a new tool out by Instagram. So you can actually grab a tweet thread and use it for Twitter or Threads. There's some discussion questions. Threads by Instagram. It has given me 5 posts that I could use to promote this. A social media promotion, so I can schedule all of this. It gives me a script, the show notes we used, a quiz. If I wanted to create images in Canva or another tool, it gives me a listicle with images, pain points, FAQs, sound bites, analogies, podcast summary, 7 episode themes, as well as podcast keywords. So, your ability to create several pieces of content from you just speaking your thoughts, starting with audiopen, becomes a reality by combining audiopen, treble, cast magic, and Bcast. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you on the next episode.